What's up everyone, I'm Nims, welcome back to my channel. Wow, it's been a minute. This is going to be a chatty video because I didn't actually intend to make this video as I didn't have all the video content, pictures, but upon request, here we are. In this video, I'm going to talk about my Bangkok experience, where is good to go, what's good to see, what you can do. So grab your snacks, grab a cup of tea, grab some water, and let's get into this. I can hear the birds. I was actually supposed to go to Bangkok this year. I'm actually in Thailand right now, but due to COVID-19, travel is not permitted. I hope everybody is keeping safe and well during this not so fun time. I have my trusty notes with me because I've been in Bangkok a few times and I couldn't remember everything I've done, so I wrote some notes on my experiences, and yeah, whatever I've got I will share with you. Every time I go Bangkok, I usually go for about 3 or 4 days, and the first few days I'm spending recovering from traveling so much, so I try to squeeze in whatever touristy experiences I can. Before I ever went to Bangkok, I spoke to some people that have been themselves because I wanted to know about their own experiences. A lot of people that I spoke to didn't actually like Bangkok, but my experience was very different to how they described. I actually really like Bangkok. I could be wrong, but I think a lot of people make the mistake where they stay in the hustle and the bustle of Bangkok city. They end up not enjoying their experience. It is the most tourist visited city in the world. So let's start off with where to stay, accommodation area. So this is why I like Bangkok, because I don't stay in the madness. I visit the madness and then I leave and I go to a quieter, fancier area. I stayed in an area called Sukhumvit 50. I forgot the accommodation that I was staying at in Sukhumvit 50 when I was there, but that doesn't really matter anymore because that place got closed down. It was really beautiful, it was big, there was a lot of open space, it was kind of secluded from the main road. The only thing that I didn't like is in the evenings there were so many dogs everywhere. From the top of my road to the end of my road, I had to get a taxi because these dogs were wild. I stayed quite close to Tesco Lotus. It was about a 10-15 minute walk from where I was staying. They had a SkyTrain so close to where I was living too. It was literally next door to the Tesco Lotus. That's another amazing thing in Bangkok, they have SkyTrains. I'll get to that in a bit. You just jump on a SkyTrain, you just go into Central. It was pretty straightforward. It took about 20 minutes to get into the main part of Bangkok. So yeah, it was very convenient. On another visit, we stayed in, I think, the Sukhumvit 75 area. By the way, I don't know if I'm saying Sukhumvit correctly, so sorry if I'm not. The SkyTrain didn't go that far out, so we had to get sort of like an overground system to get to the SkyTrain. So when we were very tired in the evenings going back home, it just wasn't convenient. Are you mad, cuz? The place that we stayed in was called I believe Silver Palm Residence, and it was really beautiful. It was really calm, peaceful. The great thing about Thailand in general, not just Bangkok, is that you can get such amazing accommodation for such little money. Like, your money can really stretch with everything, to be honest, with food, with travel, with accommodation. There is endless shopping in Bangkok, from shopping malls to markets. Yeah, you want it, you got it, it's there. One shopping center that I really enjoy visiting is Siam Paragon. I think that's what it's called, Siam Paragon. But I think there's a few Siams. There's even a train station called Siam, so you can kind of put 2 and 2 together. The Siam shopping center is going to be in Siam. Another really popular shopping mall is the MBK Center. They have designer clothes or high-end clothes and bags and all that good stuff for a reasonable price. I don't know if they're all legit designer, but from what I've heard, I think they are. I don't know. But yeah, it's another really popular shopping mall that you can go and visit if you fancy a spot of shopping. I actually found another shopping mall, but I can't remember the name from the top of my head, so I will try to find it and attach it somewhere. But before we went to the shopping centre, we walked to a local park. It was so beautiful. They had an outdoor gym. There's lots of old people doing some running exercise on some outdoor machines. It was really good to see. It was just beautiful. There was flowers everywhere, so we sat there for a while before we moved on to the shopping mall. The shopping mall was amazing. It was so quiet inside, but they had like an indoor garden. They had this really cool staircase which goes down in a spiral, which you can walk down, but it's kind of like a slide as opposed to stairs. Another place I'd recommend, I'm gonna say this totally wrong, I believe it's called Chatuchak Market. So yeah, it's an outdoor market, really beautiful, really colourful, has food, has shopping, souvenir shopping is really great too. I don't really have much of a memory with Chatuchak Market because I believe by the time I got there it was closing, everything was closing. So sadly I didn't really get to take videos, pictures, check it out, but yeah. Let's move on to food. Again, not only Bangkok but Thailand in general, you can get some really amazing foods, whether that be from night markets, street foods, to restaurants. You have so much choice. There's 2 restaurants in Bangkok that I would absolutely recommend. First one is Cabbages and Condoms. You kind of can guess in the name what the design would look like inside. Forget that, the food is absolutely delicious. What do I get? I get some pineapple, like an actual pineapple, and it's filled with rice, vegetables, with little pineapple chunks. It's just, the scenery in Cabbages and Condom is great. It's actually really beautiful. Like everything is designed with condoms, so the lights, the lamps, people. It's great. The second restaurant I recommend is one called Indulge. Now I don't actually remember whereabouts Indulge is, but again I'll find it and attach it somewhere. But yeah, I would definitely recommend it. We just found it on a whim as we were walking. We got hungry. The food there was really lovely, so we definitely recommend Indulge. If you're enjoying this video so far, then please hit that like button. Khao San Road. Khao San Road is the famous backpackers, travelers market slash road. It is crazy. It is amazing crazy. It's just a whole strip of food. It's just a great experience. I would definitely recommend going to Khao San Road. Even if you just go for a walk, you have to go. It's the place where you can experiment, and you see some crazy things there, so yeah. Another Another great place that people talk about is Chinatown, another place where you can get some food. Unfortunately, by the time we got to Chinatown, I think it was closed or something. I don't know, or we couldn't find it. It was just it was a bit confusing. Our map wasn't sending us the right way, so yeah, it wasn't ideal. But Chinatown is another place where a lot of people love to visit. So Khao San Road and Chinatown were on the other side of the river when we went to visit. So we actually got a really lovely, unexpected boat trip to get to the other side. And we were just walking around the streets and we came across a Starbucks. We got a bit peckish, so we were like, let's pop into Starbucks. And we actually walked upstairs to find a whole array of beautiful restaurants. It was just a beautiful sunset by the time we got upstairs. It's another option. We didn't eat there ourselves, but if you wanted to visit there, again, I don't know what the area was called. We were just walking around, but it was very beautiful. One question I get asked a lot about when I visit Thailand is what bars are good. So let's talk about bars. There's a very popular road you can visit called Soy Cowboy. It's just a strip full of bars and club type atmosphere. There are also so many sky bars you can visit. You just have to jump on Google and decide on which one you want to go to. We actually visited one with a swimming pool upstairs. It was very beautiful but very empty, so we didn't stay for long, but it was nice to see the Bangkok skyline, and you had a swimming pool, so that was an option if you wanted to delve into that. So yeah, you just have to do your own research as to what sky bars are good, but I know there's quite a few. I don't really have much to say about bars and clubs in Bangkok. Again, I wasn't there for that many days, but I can recommend Soy Cowboy, and you just have to do your research on which sky bars are nice to visit. But yeah, if you're enjoying this video, smash that like button. Ooh, I changed my clothes. So yesterday I ran out of space, but let's continue. Next up we have our temples. Now, you must dress modestly when going into temples, or you might not be allowed inside. Cover your arms, cover your legs. Yeah, just don't have too much skin showing. Unfortunately, I didn't get to visit all of the temples that I wanted to due to lack of time, but I did go and see, I believe, 3 different temples. One is not a temple, but the first one was the Grand Palace. Now, before we talk about the Grand Palace or temples, I just want to give you the heads up that there are a lot of people in Thailand around the Grand Palace area that will try to hustle you, scam you. Yeah, so you just have to be really careful and just street smart, I guess. We were in a tuk-tuk going to the Grand Palace, and our driver couldn't communicate it very well, but he was trying to tell us that there are a lot of people around the area that will try to scam you and to not fall for cheap tuk-tuk rides. I couldn't understand his communication. There's guys at the Grand Palace that will try to sell you a boat ride excursion where you take a really cheap tuk-tuk ride towards the pier? Yeah, they'll try to sell you a 2,000 baht ride, which they make out to be a water market ride, boat ride. They're very good at selling the scam though, I'm not gonna lie. Also, they pretend to work for the Grand Palace, so they do make it sound very convincing. Anyway, back to the Grand Palace. So Google tells me that the Grand Palace is a complex of buildings at the heart of Bangkok, Thailand. The palace has been the official residence of the King of Siam. So yeah. It's very beautiful, very, again, scenic. I've used these words so many times, but yeah, it's nice to look at. Very golden, It's very hot though, so take a big bottle of water if you're allowed. I can't remember if we were allowed. Not far from the Grand Palace, you have the reclining big Buddha. The other name for it is called the Sleeping Buddha, as it's like a big Buddha sleeping, lying down. But yeah, it was cool to see. It's huge, it's huge. Again, with temples and sightseeing things, just Google them and go for whatever tickles your fancy. SkyTrain, let's talk about the SkyTrain. So yeah, I personally feel like the SkyTrain is the best way to get around because the streets in Bangkok are so busy, so busy that it's probably quicker to get the SkyTrain to your destination. It's super cheap, it has a pay-as-you-go system, it's easily accessible, don't know if I already mentioned that, and you can travel pretty much anywhere in Bangkok with the SkyTrain. So yeah, also I feel like the SkyTrain is an experience within itself. So didn't mention were the floating water markets. I didn't personally see them myself. I think they're a little bit outside of Bangkok, but there's a few around. We didn't have enough time to go, but I know it is a great excursion that many people talk about. So if that's something you would like to do, then you can add that to your to-do list. There's a lot to do in Bangkok, which is really great. Even if you just go for walks, like you will stumble across something and be like, ooh. Hopefully this video has given you the heads up as to what you can expect from Bangkok. I think I've pretty much covered everything from my experience. If I haven't, I will try to attach it somewhere. If not, I do apologize. I really enjoyed Bangkok and hopefully you will too. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to smash that like button, share this video, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell button to keep you notified with upcoming content. What else? Follow me on Instagram. And yeah, thank you so much for watching.